So, Google has just finished up their annual I/O conference of 2025, and this year they shared some amazing, mind-blowing new products and features, particularly in the AI space. So, in this video, I want to share some of those standout announcements that really caught my attention and give you a quick, brief overview of what they do and how you can use them for yourself. So, if that's something you're interested in, let's get a recap over Google's 2025 I/O conference. So let's start over here with the new generation media models and tools that Google has announced. In particular, we're going to run over Veo 3 and Image Gen 4 and some of the new things that these can do I have never seen on any other model actually. So the first thing that really stood out here is the top title is Veo 3 Video Meets Audio. So what this can now do is introduce sounds and even speech into some of the videos. So let's have a look and see the example that they've got here. So this is a wise old owl example. You can see our new state-of-the-art video generation model not only improves on the quality of Veo 2, but the first time can also generate videos with audio, traffic noises in the background of a city, street scene, birds singing in a park, even dialogue between characters. And I've seen some crazy stuff with this already, and it's actually quite scary how realistic it's getting. So let's have a look at a couple of these. It's 22 seconds long.
They left behind a ball today. It bounced higher than I can jump.
What manner of magic is that?
So that's the first clip there. Again, to me, that's insane that an AI has generated this from most likely just one prompt, one or two prompts, or maybe using some assets as well. And it's generated the voice there. Obviously, you heard the bird's wings flapping, and then the movement in the cameras as well, which is super amazing. And it's almost like a sort of Disney or Pixar movie in a sense, and it's only going to get better from here. Let's have a quick look at a couple of other ones here. So we've got this one, origami. Insane. Really simple, but still insane. You can imagine paying some sort of VFX specialist or something to do that for you. And it literally could cost thousands to do something like that if you need it in a movie scene. And people are actually saying this is the end of Hollywood. I've heard some people say. I don't know if that's a bit of an exaggeration, but again, it's only going to get better, right? Let's have a look at the last one here, 8 seconds long. It's an old sailor.
This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might. And she commands your awe with every breaking light.
Again, you could probably tell that that's an AI model, right? But the voice, the ocean sound, is getting a lot better. And it's only going to improve. So that's the new Veo 3, some of the stuff that they've announced. If we scroll down here, they've also done some updates with the image generation model. So new capabilities built with and for filmmakers. So what does it say it can do? Our state-of-the-art reference-powered video. So you can now reference the images. Camera controls, outpainting objects, and add and remove. So it's just showing you some of the stuff here. Rotate up. Let's scroll along. So it's put these two together. It's got the image of the woman here, and then which looks like some sort of school corridor by the looks of it. This one's cool, original. And then it's outpaint and added the castle. So it's obviously made that one here bigger. Again, amazing for something that's video and image related. This is super cool as well. Almost looks like a PlayStation game or Xbox game, something like that. And this one removed the spaceship, so this part here. Next up on the standout announcements is Flow. And what this is titled as is Flow is an AI filmmaking tool built with and for creatives. And it's like an editing software, but basically you prompt it what you want rather than edit, cut things up and add your own footage and stuff. I've not actually tested this myself, but it does look really cool. There's a couple of examples here, with them moving the camera and the realism over on the right hand side here. This a jellyfish. You can see it's got this jib up, and it's prompting it. Astronaut leaves the museum across the bridge. And then it's you can see it's moving up the way, the camera, so you can control the camera and edit and stitch things together. And what this will do is if you give it a character reference, or I believe maybe a a place reference, then it will be able to carry that throughout the video that you're creating. Again, I've not tried this, but super cool. If we jump back over to the other tab here, and there is a short video over here of this one. I'll skip forward in this one because it gets into it round about here. So like from here, they're showing you like creating a project and what it does. So we'll just skip ahead.
And all of the pieces start falling into place.
Obviously, seen what that done there. They could cut it up and then they could add an extension on with an additional prompt. And then, like you've seen, I think it said at the end there, the character's coming home. So they cropped the current video shorter and then they pushed it into the new prompt, which is like super amazing stuff. Again, never seen anything like this. So next up, we have improvements to the Gemini app, and particularly one that stood out to me is this AI assistant. And we've got a video here to show you what this does. But imagine you just take your phone, you start up the Gemini app, and you can now show it the environment you're in, and it will speak directly to you about the environment. And I'll show you an example here, but another example that I seen was some guy was working on, I believe it was just a standard bike, and he was asking it certain questions and it was answering him directly with the answers. So really cool stuff. And you'll see an example here. I've just cut forward in this video just to save all the stuff from before so you can see it in action.
Difficult.
Hello there.
Hello. Can you tell me what you see in this green room while I scan around?
I see a sign on the wall in the direction you're facing. The sign says Wi-Fi Network, the Grey Eagle, and the password is live music.
Thank you very much. Can you help me locate a microphone stand?
Sure, I can help with that. Do you mind if I turn on the flashlight?
Yes, please.
I see a wall with several coiled cables, and what look like mic stands towards the top right in the video.
So you've seen something cool there where it's kind of giving you a hint into the future of what it can do. It's going to be integrating into a lot of different things. And imagine, like, for example, you've got like smart devices around your home. Like I've got smart lamps, or you've got things like an Amazon Alexa. It could probably control like smart speakers, lights, everything. Like you've seen it control the flashlight just on the phone there. Eventually it's going to integrate into everything. And it's going to be able to help you in your day-to-day life with a lot of things where you need an assistant, almost like Jarvis in a sense. So that's another super cool one that stood out. So let's jump into the next one. Another cool thing that stood out here is the audio update. So if you have a listen to this, you can see how well improved the voice generation is. So let me play this.
This means the model can converse in more expressive ways. It can capture the really subtle nuances of how we speak.
It can even seamlessly switch to a whisper like this.
And that's also very creepy, but super, I guess cool as well.
So the model can begin speaking in English, but then ये हिंदी या किसी भी और भाषा में switch कर सकता है. And switch back, all with the same voice.
So that's already you're already able to use that within the Gemini app, and you can use it in the API as well. So that's going to give people like some super realism when they're using these voice agents for certain things. Maybe you're using an NAN, for example, to call someone, etc. But really, really cool stuff here. Let's jump into the next cool thing that we seen from the announcements. Another new cool feature is they also showed an example of speech translation and it happening instantly on a call. Now, they did do this on a different device. It wasn't a Google Beam, the one that I seen, but they've got a video here of it happening in real time. So you can imagine using this if you're in a foreign country, for example, and using instant translation could be super useful. So let's have a look. So they've got two different speakers here.
How are you? How do you like this experience?
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te gusta esta experiencia?
Me hace muy raro. It seems very strange to me to hear you speak Spanish. It's amazing.
This is a live, real-time translation that we're both experiencing at the same time.
Experimentando al mismo tiempo.
Tu español lo hablas muy bien. You speak Spanish very well.
The technology is magic. To actually then interact with him in perfect English and to know that I was being translated in real time was really wonderful.
Si empiezas a hablar con esta persona, te olvidas de que esto es una conversación de videollamada, porque la sensación es...
So there you go, like instant translation is now a thing, so another amazing feature. Let's hop into the next one that we see. Another cool one that stood out to me is just this little video that they've got here of showing the AI enhancements, particularly in Gmail. Now, I actually use Gemini within Gmail now if I'm messaging clients or other people who I'm sending emails to. And the one that's in there at the moment is a bit hit and miss. It's not too great. And now what they're saying it's going to do is actually use your past emails so that it's more personalized. So if you look down the bottom here at 91, it says Gmail is getting a new personalized smart replies that incorporate your own context and tone. They'll pull from your past emails and files in your drive to draft a response while also matching your typical tone so that your replies sound like you. So like I said, I've tried this before with the current Gemini models or the models before this one, the way that it's set up, and it was hit and miss. It did just seem like generic emails it was generating. So let's have a look at here on the video what this one does. So you see it's now got these suggestions and you can click on them and it's obviously taken from different sources. It says based on Stephanie's writing style, based on past emails in green, based on files in Google Drive, like really amazing stuff. Schedule appointments directly in Gmail as well, which is another really good feature if you're someone who uses emails for like client meetings and stuff. Proposed time. And then it's right in the email for you. Like really, really amazing. Super fast features to get appointments scheduled, declutter your inbox. Like there's already apps out there that you pay to do this sort of thing. And now they're integrating everything in, which is the way I see a lot of this going. You can see I'm about to archive 64 conversations. Like amazing and useful stuff, which is what I really like when it comes to AI, when people show you useful stuff. So super cool and super standout as well to me. So let's jump into the next one after this and see what else we've got. Next up, we have Build with Jules. This is an asynchronous coding agent, which you give it a task to, and then it can take different parts of that task and do it at the same time rather than running through a flow, and it will be able to understand different parts of that task as well and where it's at. Or at least I believe that's the idea. So we can get a quick overview here of this on the video. So what's cool about this is you can actually drop your code into it, which is super useful for some people because one of the problems is with these AI agents and models is the context that it takes. If you can actually provide it a full code base and it can understand it, that could be life-changing for a developer. So that's it for Jules, something that I've, again, not tried yet, but I'm actually going to give it a go soon. So I'll probably make a video of this if I can get access. I'm not sure if it's fully available to the public at the time of making this video. But if it is, we will give it a shot and see what it can do. So let's jump on to the last one here from the Google I/O conference. And the last thing I wanted to show is some of these new experimental models that are coming out, and particularly in like the health and disability space. They could really be life-changing for some people in certain situations. The one that stands out here is this Sign Gemma, and they've got like a short snippet here of what it does. So it takes someone doing sign language and translates that into written text. So an up-and-coming model that translates sign language into spoken language text, best at American Sign Language to English, enabling developers to create new apps and integrations for deaf and hard of hearing users. Share your input at Google. So like, these are some really useful things that they're using AI for now. It's not just about like generating a silly picture online. They're thinking about how it can be helpful for people in circumstances around the world, and it could be, again, life-changing for some of them. So that's it for this video. There's quite a lot in there. It was a bit all over the place, but like I mentioned at the start, there's over 100 things they've announced. If you want to see this, you can just head over to this URL. Just go to blog.google. It'll be on the homepage and you can see all the stuff. There's so much cool stuff that they're doing within Google. I've been really impressed, particularly with the new video generation stuff, with like adding the sound and the voices and the upgrades to the models with the AI assistants. Really, really cool. And again, it's only going to get smarter going forward. So that's something to look forward to, I guess. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.